Valley Club, in this video, we're talking about the biggest hidden gems in Marvel Strike Force in this day and age of cookie cutter teams that only work in their preferred game mode and with their preferred team. We are talking about some hidden gems that don't actually need that. They're gonna work outside the preferred game mode, outside the preferred team. And if you were to see what are the biggest hidden gems in Marvel Strike Force right now, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I hope you're ready to see the reveal of the biggest hidden gems in Marvel Strike Force right now. Yeah, they don't just work in their preferred game mode. They don't just work in their team. They work outside of all that as well. If you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up on the channel. On a normal week, at least 5 of them every single week. Let's jump into the game and start with this list. We're gonna work our way backwards from the current team. And as of me recording this, the most recent team is the Insidious 6. And this guy, Vulture, has been good before this rework. Now that he has his rework, all he really needed was the updated stats, because this is a great ultimate. AoE attack, 320% damage, reducing speed bar by 25%. That is the big one. A quarter of their speed bar is reduced with this move. That is very, very strong. Also has a lot of speed and opens with this special. Attacking the primary adjacent target, 300% damage, 2 positive effects cleared from each target, offense down for 2 turns and slow for 2 turns. This is the big one in turn meter manipulation, slowing the characters so that they cannot take as many turns. Very, very strong, and does have a great base speed, 127, so not a slow character at all, and also has a very strong passive. A lot of it is related to Insidious 6 and Sinister 6, but this is not. On spawn, fill speed bar by 10% plus 10% speed bar per hero enemy. So even outside of the Sinister 6, Superior 6, and Insidious 6, Vulture still a hidden gem in Marvel Strike Force. Big Time Spider-Man also got a recent rework and is sort of a hidden gem in Marvel Strike Force. Yes, he fits the criteria. He does work outside of this infestation team. He is pretty good outside of war defense as well, but I'm not sure how hidden he is at this point, because Big Time Spider-Man always been pretty good. What pushed him out of the meta was he didn't have the updated stats. Now he does. Still really strong on war defense, but still is going to have some value because of his speed. Very fast character, has a 128 base speed, and he does have a lot in his passive that has a charge. Now, he's not going to gain charge to make his ultimate super strong. He does gain that from war defense with 4 more infestation allies. That's not going to happen outside of war defense, but he's still going to have a big AoE attack, 300% damage, flipping positive effects to negative effects on the primary target, disrupted for 2 turns, and gaining 2 evades. That is a very, very strong opening move, even without the rest of this stuff, what makes it like super, super strong. And he's still gonna get this 1000% extra focus, unavoidable, cannot be blocked, cannot be assisted. This was a very strong move countering Black Knight, who was in the meta for a while. Big Time Spider-Man even saw some use in the arena meta for a little while. Right now, I would say his main use is on war defense, where you're going to use him, but also Crucible is going to get a little bit more value in him from Cosmic Crucible as well. All right, and kind of like Big Time Spider-Man, great outside of the Hellfire Club, great outside the raids. I'm not sure how hidden she is, so I'm just going to mention this one really, really briefly. It's going to be negative 10% speed to all enemies, and this doesn't affect the turn meter. This affects the speed bar. This affects the speed bar of the character. So this changes their base speed on spawn, unless there's someone with a passive that doesn't allow this to be hit. So she is gonna be in the meta for a while. She still has a strong special, clearing negative effects from the allies, and has a strong positive effects, clearing the positive effects from enemies. Now you're getting some mind control as well. Very, very strong character, but let's move on from Emma, because I think everybody knew about Emma already. Next character, Songbird, member of the Thunderbolts, who I think most people know is pretty good in the raids, but outside the raids, I think they don't have as much value. But Songbird, again, like Big Time Spider-Man, a lot of these characters on the list, very, very fast speed. Speed 132, so going very, very fast, and has a strong ultimate, attacking all enemies, 350% damage, flipping positive effects to negative effects, applying offense down for 2 turns, and that is without any Thunderbolts on the team. That is just a very strong AoE attack opening move. Also the special, clearing all barrier and all enemies, attacking primary and adjacent targets, 400% damage, reducing speed bar by 20%. The rest of this stuff does need some thunderbolts, but just those two moves makes her very, very strong. Now, as far as where you can use, right, I think a lot of people still use a full thunderbolts team on defense in Cosmic Crucible or on defense in War, maybe both. Obviously, you're going to use her in the raids, but once we see that thunderbolts start going out of the meta, I think she is still going to have some use in Crucible and War, probably not in Arena, and she's already a raid character, so main use for her is going to be outside of her thunderbolts team, and outside the raids is going to be War and Crucible. And one of my favorite characters in the game right now is Silver Sable, kind of like Emma Frost. I'm not sure how hidden she is at this point because she's been my favorite character since day one. She also has a very strong speed, 128 speed bar, and this is probably my favorite move in the game right now, this ultimate. As soon as she goes, turns the tide of a battle. Now, you're probably using her on a full vigilante team, let's be honest, but if you ever need like a very strong ultimate AoE attack that has heal block for 2 turns, disrupted for 2 turns, clearing all barrier from all enemies on offense, let's skip that. The positive effects duration needs a full vigilante team, but AoE attack, 320% damage, and vulnerable +1 to a maximum of 5. So very, very strong. She does have some callouts to War offense, and she's a raid character, but very good in Cosmic Crucible. But I really like using Silver Sable in a lot of this extra content. So like tower modes, pocket dimensions, things like that, negative zones. She's very, very strong. So as much as you could use her, she's going to give you a lot of value. Better on a full vigilante team, but I think this is the character from that team that I'm going to be using even after the vigilantes go out of the meta. Next character I want to talk about is Havok. Now, he's kind of involved in the arena meta right now because of a bug, which may or may not be corrected. Believe that the way the bug works is he doesn't allow your characters to get silenced if Franklin Richards tries to apply it. I like him because of this counterattack move, kind of like an upgraded version of Gambit. When an enemy attacks this character, Starjammer ally or X-Men ally, he's going to counterattack that enemy for 300% piercing, unavoidable, gains 50% damage if that enemy has a barrier. So strong move. His ultimate is a very strong piercing attack, 400% piercing, defense down for 2 turns, and if he gets a kill, safeguard for 2 turns for self and Starjammer X-Men allies. This special is probably what you're going to use against Professor X if you do use him in Arena. Like I said, it's a bug that he's not letting your characters get silenced, which may or may not be corrected. I think he still is on this list even when that bug gets corrected though. This special, attacking the primary target, 350% damage, applying stun for 2 turns, trauma for 2 turns, attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 350% damage, heal block for 2 turns, trauma, up to a maximum of 3 for each target. So very, very strong character there. Storm is a strong character, gets a lot stronger if you can get her charged on a X-Men team. But we look at her speed, 131, pretty fast character, and right away she has an AoE attack applying slow and applying stun for 2 turns to the primary target. Now this will give her some charge. You're probably not gonna on a non-full X-Men team, you're probably not gonna get all 20 charges built up in time in one match, but you can do a very, very quick stun and AoE attack. So this is mainly why I think she is the hidden gem in the game. Fast speed, stun, 2 turns. Now this is like an added bonus on a full X-Men team, but if you want to stun somebody pretty quick, Storm can't fit into that slot, so don't forget about her. She is kind of a hidden gem outside of her Immortal X-Men team, which is very strong in Cosmic Crucible right now. All right, if this character is definitely a gem, you may or may not think he's a hidden gem or not, but this guy is very, very strong in Crucible with Phoenix, part of that Phoenix Force team. Very, very good. And if we look at his ultimate here, that is what brings him onto this team. Flipping positive effects into negative effects on enemies, applying defense down, slow, 2 bleeds, and then attacking all enemies for 400% damage. So defense down and slow and bleed before this AoE attack. Very, very strong. Also, this passive is a strong one. On enemy turn, still 2% of the character's max health from all enemies redistribute self. This bypasses heal block. So yeah, they cannot get that healing back. It is gone forever, that max health. So very, very strong character. Again, I'm not sure how hidden this character is because he's been a beast since he was released, but yeah, Omega Red Phoenix Force will be good with Phoenix, without Phoenix, in Crucible, without Crucible, wherever you use him, this guy is going to be very, very good. And he's not a slow character either. He does have a 120 space speed. So yeah, you will get your moves off. Blade and Oath have been a powerful duo outside of the Night Stalkers for a while now. If I had to pick one, probably going to be Blade over Oath. Another fast character. It's kind of a theme with these hidden gems. Got to be fast characters. They have an early opening move, speed 127. And this is a strong one, using in all kind of content that you could use Blade in: Crucible, War, little events that pop up from now and then, negative zone, pocket dimensions. All right, and what this ultimate is going to do: attack the primary target, 290% piercing, reduce the speed bar, 25% steal, 20% from the target, redistribute self, bypasses heal block, then attack the primary and adjacent targets for 320% piercing, still reducing the speed bar by 25%, clearing immunity, applying disruptor for 2 turns and blind for 2 turns. This is so strong. Also ignores defense. Up is unavoidable, cannot be blocked. This is a strong opening move. If Blade is on the field, you got to watch this guy, because if he gets this off, you could be in trouble. It gets even better with his passive. Some of it is related to the Night Stalkers, but you cannot be revived if Blade kills you. Successful attack by this character, clearing defense up and applying defense down to each attack target. Unsuccessful on self or ally crit on the following ally turn, gain assist now. And yeah, just does some very good stuff. At the end of turn, he's gonna flip slow offense down on himself. We will also do it for Night Stalker allies, but we'll do it on himself as well. So Blade, strong character. All right, and this video was supposed to only be about characters, but when I was posting this question to chat this morning, multiple people mentioned this team. I thought this was widely known, but in case you didn't know about it, I did want to mention on this video, Null, the Red Goblin, Void Knight, and Carnage. You're getting a double Carnage when Null does a special, and then you're manipulating a lot of turn meter with Super Scroll. So lots of speed with Super Scroll, especially if they have positive effects. You drop enemies below 25% health. You're getting Null. You're getting Carnage and the Summon Carnage doing all that stuff. So very strong kit and characters here. Gore also has that symbiote tag, so if you want to include him on this team, you can, because he's a very good character. So don't forget about Null synergy with the Hive Mind and symbiotes and Super Scroll. So Valley Club, some of these gems were more hidden than others. Some of them were pretty obvious. Some of them you may not have known about. And let me know down in the comments, which is your favorite hidden gem that you didn't previously know about, or the one that you're gonna use the most. Let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you got some value from the video today. And if you did, leave the video a like, check me out on social media, check out some of the other videos on the channel. And if you want to see what are the trap teams in Marvel Strike Force, the teams that you do need to invest in, but you don't want to over invest in these teams. If you want to see what those teams are, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.